professora, ela será uma colega do Rio Grande Toastmasters. So, let's switch our language to English, because Ada will deliver the first speech of the evening. And the title of her speech is How Can Mentoring Support Women in a Male-Dominated Workplace? How can mentoring support women in a male-dominated workplace? With you, Ada.
How can mentoring support women in a male-dominated workplace? I'm here, first of all, to tell you that I don't know this answer. I'm here to kick off the discussion about the theme based on my experience as an engineer in the last 12 years and as a mentor of project management since 2018. I would like to start my explanation sharing with you a definition of mentoring that I found very interesting on internet. Mentoring is a learning process wherein relationships are the structure through which people engage in conversations and experiences that help to promote ongoing growth and development. Mentoring here is the relationship between two people, a mentor and a mentee. Establishing a mentorship is based and it's mandatory to have compassion, vulnerability, and intimacy from both parts. Mentoring is not coaching. Coaching is a training for developing a specific skill, and normally it is short-term. Mentoring is normally long-term. For example, if you want to go to the way to Santiago of Compostela or a long journey walking, you can hire someone, you can hire a coach to tell you, specialized in footwear, to tell you which is the best foot for doing this journey. On the other hand, a mentor is someone that will ask you, why do you want to do this journey? Why it's related to your goals of life? What do you expect to have during the journey? Even maybe a mentor can go and walk part of the way with you and discussing the alternatives and the solutions. It's a relationship built much more in compassion, vulnerability sharing, and intimacy. When I was in Canada, a colleague gave me a new perspective of mentoring women. According to her, one of the reasons we see few women in high professional positions is that we have few women as mentors. And she gave me an example. Imagine that a woman is hired in a company and a man is assigned as her mentor. Even if he is a very good mentor, very motivated mentor, they will be limited, constrained by gender. And she gave me exactly this example. Imagine if they both share the same hobby. They run marathons. It's a tough hobby. There are training, there are a lot of things that you want to discuss with other runners. But if this woman meets her mentor in the elevator, they will probably just greet, have a normal conversation, and during all the mentoring process, their conversation will be limited to work. They will hardly talk about marathons very excited in front of the other colleagues, or they will even more hardly train together 5 times per week. And because this can be misunderstood as another thing, can be judged, and it can cause problems for both of them. According to my Canadian colleague, this will not happen if mentor and mentee are both from the same gender. It is much more accepted that they drink beers together, train together, run a marathon together, and it's much more accepted to have a relationship out of work. And this relationship out of work make it able to create compassion, share vulnerability, and to develop intimacy. 3 requirements of mentoring, of an effective mentoring. So I myself, I have a personal example because I mentor, most of them are men. Once I did a favor to one of my mentees, and he thanked me, and I wrote, "Oh, it's a pleasure to answer you." Then I realized that it's a text, there is no tone voice, and I had to write, "As it's a pleasure to answer all my mentees," so I could have an embarrassing situation. So I end my speech here, inviting the women here in Toastmaster to consider the possibility of becoming a mentor of another woman, especially in the context of Toastmaster. I myself, I'm new here, and if we have I would like to have a mentor in Toastmaster. If you are interested and you can help me, please contact me later. Thank you.